secants, tangents, and angle measures. Secant, a line that intersects a circle in exactly 2 points. If two secants intersect in the interior of a circle, then the measure of an angle formed is 1/2 the sum of the measure of the arcs intercepted by the angle and its vertical angle. So the measure of angle 1 equals 1/2 the measure of arc AB plus the measure of arc CD. Find the measure of angle 2. We can find the measure of angle 1. Measure of angle 1 equals 1/2 the measure of arc BC plus the measure of arc AD. Measure of angle 1 equals 1/2 of 30 plus 20. The measure of angle 1 is 25. Now since we have the measure of angle 1, the measure of angle 2 equals 180 minus the measure of angle 1, because they form a line. So the measure of angle 2 equals 180 minus 25, which is 155. Secant and tangent lines. If a secant and a tangent intersect at the point of tangency, then the measure of each angle formed is 1/2 the measure of its intercepted arc. So the measure of angle 1 equals 1/2 the measure of arc AB. Find the measure of angle ABC. The measure of arc ADB equals 360 minus the measure of arc AB. The measure of arc ADB equals 360 minus 102. The measure of arc ADB equals 258 degrees. So the measure of angle ABC equals 1/2 the measure of ADB. So the measure of angle ABC equals 1/2 of 258, which is 129. Two secants. When two secants intersect at the same point outside of the circle, the angle is 1/2 the larger arc minus the smaller arc. The measure of angle A equals 1/2 the measure of arc DE, which is our larger arc, minus the measure of arc BC, which is our smaller arc. Example 3, we're going to find x. Measure of angle C equals 1/2 the measure of arc EA, which is our big arc, minus the measure of arc DB, which is our smaller arc. X equals 1/2 of 120 minus 50. X equals 1/2 of 70. X equals 35. Secant tangent. When a secant and a tangent intersect outside of the circle, the angle measure is 1/2 the measure of the larger arc minus the smaller arc. The measure of angle A equals 1/2 the measure of arc DC minus the measure of arc BC. So we're going to find x. First we must find the smaller arc, so 360 minus 128 minus 148 equals 84 degrees. Now we know that x equals 1/2 of 128 minus 84. X equals 1/2 of 44. x equals 22. 2 tangents. When two tangents intersect outside of the circle, the angle measure is 1/2 the measure of the larger arc minus the smaller arc. So the measure of angle A equals 1/2 the measure of arc BDC minus the measure of arc BC. Find x. We do not know the big arc, so we will substitute in 360 minus x, because 360 is the whole circle, and then we want to subtract the smaller arc, which is x. So 50, our angle, equals 1/2 of 360 minus x, which is our larger arc, minus x, which is our smaller arc. 50 equals 1/2 of 360 minus 2x. 100 equals 360 minus 2x. Negative 260 equals negative 2x. And x equals 130.